No group has been more embattled since COVID than a group we all have a connection to, which is teachers.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. Their attention spans are waning because everything is high stimulation.
When I say technology is the problem, I mean every student doesn't have an attention span. They don't know real true work.
We are asking to make enough money so we don't have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs just to survive. Just to survive.
And other than parents, no group is more important for the future of our country than teachers. They are still a political punching bag. Many have brought that upon themselves, like the Chicago Teachers Union, who wants to be paid and get time off to protest ICE, while at the same time, students in Chicago struggle to read and do math at grade level. Fewer than 1 in 3 students read at grade level in Chicago. Some schools, not a single child reads at grade level. But to be fair, there are a lot of amazing teachers trying to step in for kids where even their parents fail. That's what New York Times bestselling author James Patterson writes about in his new book, Thank You, Teachers, and joins us now. You wrote about nurses. They're pretty uncontroversial. Teachers right now are about as controversial as you get. Why write about teachers?
I don't think they are as controversial as you get, and they shouldn't be. Most teachers are great. My mother was a teacher for almost 50 years. They're doing the best they can. I think one of the problems is people just want them to be teachers. And that doesn't being woke or anything else or being political. It's just let them teach. Let them teach. Most of the teachers in the book and most of the teachers we spoke to, time is tough. I mean, if the 3 or 4 that you chose to show there, they're pissed off. and I get that. But most of them just want to go out there and make sure that the kids move on and survive and can read coming through 4th grade. My mission on the book was if you are a teacher, you read the book and say, Patterson got it pretty right. And if you're one of these people that sits there and don't really understand, you go, okay, I didn't really get it. And I think that a lot of people, maybe just based on the beginning of the segment, don't understand how difficult it is.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly difficult, and they're trying to balance so much. There has been, though, and I think we can all agree over the past few years, this shift or a feeling of a shift that so much of school is no longer reading, writing, and arithmetic, but it is much more based around social issues and ideology and agenda. Is that fair?
No, because that's not the teachers, that's school boards. The teachers are forced to do whatever the school boards are. I mean, that's one of the problems. Look, the thing of it is I work with the University of Florida on getting kids reading, and that program is so powerful. The percentage of kids in the country is like 43, 44%. They have a program that can get them to the low 80s, and that's going to solve all sorts of problems. It's going to save lives. And we just have to do it. We have that vaccine. We have to use it. We have to allow teachers to teach. And they do wonderful things. There's so many stories in here. And all my mother ever wanted to do was, I just want these kids to come out and I want them to have good lives. That's mostly what teachers want to do. They're not interested in, I want them to vote for such and such or whatever the heck it is, or be woke.
You did the research. I can. The question, though, I think you make a great distinction between teachers and school boards, and the school boards really drive what's happening inside of these schools. The problem is going forward, there's a lot of people, I think, who don't want these jobs anymore, right? And you wrote about police officers. They don't want to be cops. They don't want to be teachers anymore. All of these professions that used to be respected careers in America are no longer. What's the cure?
No, I think that's a great point. And I think you can draw a little bit of a thing between cops and teachers. We have to let cops do their jobs, okay? And that doesn't mean, occasionally there are some bad apples and that doesn't work, but we have to let cops do their jobs and we have to let teachers do their jobs. And there are some bad apples and there are some bad situations. And some people are just idiotic in terms of the way they, but for the most part.
There's people who are on TV who are pretty idiotic too.
Yeah, but most of them are doing a good job, just like most cops are doing a good job.
Well, just like most TV anchors are doing a good job too. I said it, you didn't have to. Mr. Patterson, it's always fun and it's always appreciated that you're willing to stand up for people who I think through all of this have been embattled, and you show the wonderful part of it and the best parts of humanity. James Patterson, as always, thank you. And thank you for writing Thank You Teachers.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.